Like this, like that. Yeah, like this, like that. Everybody tryna be like me. Tryna take my juice, tryna take my steez. Everywhere I go, I'ma stay in my Q's and P's. Everybody tryna be just like me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Deezy and Joe show. I'm Deezy.
And I'm Joe.
And this is the show. Go ahead.
You're a dumbass.
What's your time? We got new mics, man. I want to time out.
We got new mics. We got a new studio. We can't not address it any longer.
Every single week, my bad. Every single week, we have an upgrade. I don't know what we're going to do next week.
I don't know what we're gonna do next week either. We might fucking have a fucking one of them things that they have at the car dealerships in here. You don't even know.
I really don't. But we're going to do it.
Noodle thing. Okay.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
He's just holding the back like these.
Wait, bro. Okay, listen.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Listen what happened at work this week.
Okay.
So, I get to work every day at around 9 o'clock now because, COVID. I work at a restaurant.
Okay.
So,
the best
you know this already. What do you mean?
The best restaurant
in our town. And that's on everything.
I didn't want to believe you for the longest time.
And that's on everything. And you know it because you used to work at a restaurant in our town that was very, 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 very much under us.
Okay, but me as the cook, I was going crazy.
I'm not saying anything about you. They didn't deserve you is my point.
Do you remember my argument when you would say we got the best burger in town?
No.
Every year.
We literally have an award.
Okay, buddy, but I didn't believe you, and I didn't want to look it up because I didn't want it to be true.
It's from the newspaper every year. I'm not making this award up.
Newspaper?
I don't. But it's a real award, and we get it every year.
Okay. But I remember my argument against it was our sign's bigger. That's all I had. I was like, our sign's way bigger.
But you know it isn't. You know what's bad about that place? The worst thing about it that nobody even talks about, it's location.
Yours?
Yours.
Oh, it's
or not yours, but the former. It's tucked behind something. Like, you know what I mean?
AutoZone.
I'm not gonna say yeah. Tucked behind an AutoZone. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like when you're driving by, you see the AutoZone,
and then you're like, oh, what is that? Oh, what was that? And then you're gone. You're like, oh, is that IHOP? And then you pull in, and you pull in IHOP. And
you're looking at IHOP across the street. You're like, don't even see it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, is that IHOP?
What happens? Yeah.
That's literally what happens. But anyway,
okay,
bro.
your story. Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Back to my story.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's all good. So I worked this week, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Get to work about 9 o'clock every day. And get there, and I just start doing my shit. So I'm in the back. I'm chopping my shit up. Just chopping my shit up. Early in the morning, it's probably tomatoes. So it's probably tomatoes.
For the omelets?
You got to get them slices in early. So we get the slices.
Diced?
We get the slices in for the hamburgers early.
Okay.
So we get the slices, and then we get the tomato, and they're not tomatoes, but the lettuce. That way we have the burger preps early.
Fuck. Got a sticker on my shit. Go ahead.
You thought you were fresh with the stickers on your shit?
I was like, what the fuck? This shit,
brand new.
Yeah.
Okay, we get it. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we have to get the burger preps going early. So we get the lettuce and the tomatoes. So I sliced them first. So I was probably slicing tomatoes, and then my coworker comes in the back, and she's all, yo, Joe, you missed it. There was a fight out front. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like washing her hands. She's like, and then she runs back out there. She didn't even really say anything else to me. I'm like, what? I'm like, yo.
You're confused.
And so I ran out there. Me and my coworker that was washing the dishes, we both ran out there. And we're like looking, and like all of a sudden we see this tweaker looking dude.
What's he doing?
Dude,
describe him.
He was small.
Okay.
He was small. Black dude. Looked like he was tweaked out.
Like he was.
Dude, like he just
Literally
looked
tweaking?
like he was tweaked out. And when you got close, you saw that he had a teardrop. Oh. So you were like, this is a fucking tweaker.
Like he had just been crying, or it was a tattoo?
This is a tweaker.
Okay.
Who's been through the ringer. So I'm like, yo, I don't even know what's about to go now. My coworker, my biggest coworker's already out there. He's already ready to
He's
go.
ducking and weaving. He bothered
ready
weaving.
to go with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't really do much ducking and weaving because duck, and then he picks him up and drops him on the ground, and he kind of just holds him down. And I was gonna go run around the back and grab a stick because I was gonna pull up with it. Like we have these mop sticks that are like we just have the old sticks.
You listen to his rap. They keep saying pull up with a stick,
and I was gonna pull up with a stick.
You were like, oh, it must be like some sort of twig.
And I was gonna pull up with a couple of sticks. And then my other coworker, the one who came into the back, she now has a cup of coffee, right? And she's running out there,
pouring it on him.
Wait,
Oh
so,
my God.
So my big coworker gets up off him, and she just throws it right down on him, and he's all, like he's getting hot coffee, and he just got a couple elbows. I think Lil threw a couple elbows on the ground, so he's getting messed up. And then he's all, oh, what is my bike? He's all, I just want my bike. And Des is like, or my coworker's like, get the fuck out of here.
You sure my shit ain't on echo?
Yo shit got a little bit. Oh shit.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so she's like, get the fuck out of here. And then he's like, I just want my bike. And she's like, no, you don't get it. Get out of here. And then we made him run away.
Yeah.
And then.
God damn, that's crazy.
Dude, whenever that was the end of my Tuesday morning.
Whenever anything like that happens at work, you're like, at least I'm not doing the same shit every day. Like, this is kind of interesting.
It was like,
even if it's whack. Like,
it was honestly like stuff like that. That was the wildest it's ever been, but stuff like that has happened before. And I forgot to say at the beginning was before I got out there. Like she told me after, my coworker told me after that it was he threw a glass table. He just randomly went to the front and threw a glass table, and she was like pouring coffee up front. She was like, "What are you doing?" Like he started, and he was like,
"It shattered."
He was like, "Ugh." He was like, "Where's my bike?" Or something. Like he was just like talking about.
He was gone.
He was gone.
Oh my gosh.
And she just ran right inside right away and told our like I said, our biggest cook.
They really poured hot coffee on him though. They said douche.
He got bent.
That's crazy.
She said douche right in the face.
Like she was UFC.
Yeah, and then literally all of our fucking customers were like, "Yo,
was you world starring?
With her again?
Was you world starring?
I should have. I didn't have my phone on me.
But you don't hold it like you gotta hold it like these. Wait,
I would have been Insta live in that.
You showing yourself?
I would have had a clip. I would have had a clip for this video right now. I'm sorry, yo.
Damn. Let's just put a random clip of some guy. No, let's reenact it. You can pour coffee. I'll pour coffee on you.
Okay, we'll cut to that right now.
Yeah. It's like you thought. Oh, we have a topic to talk about. So, 2 podcasts ago, we watched a trailer for A Promising Young Woman.
We did. Promising Young Woman. Bo Burnham's cinema debut acting.
Oh yeah, because he wasn't in 8th grade. He just directed and wrote it, huh?
Yeah, which was a masterpiece. Which was, I think, 99% Rotten Tomatoes. I mean that went nuts. I mean that should have.
Oh yeah.
That should have won major.
You know what? That movie like was so good because it was supposed to make you uncomfortable. Supposed to remind you of how awkward it was.
It was so real,
and you felt like, damn,
it was so real.
It felt like you were back in 8th grade. It was crazy.
He captured it perfectly because he was not only is he. I mean, the first point to make about that is he's from our generation, so he can easily relate to us. But he also just has this ability in his comedy always to just keep it like it's everything. Like if you watch his specials and stuff, like that we're big fans of, obviously. Yeah. He fucking every joke he makes, the biggest thing about it that hits is the relatability of it.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot, and 8th grade was literally almost everybody's middle school experience to a T.
It literally, like, you know, the pool scene?
you at least made a connection to some type of character in that movie. You were like, I've seen that character before.
You know the pool scene where she's all uncomfortable?
Yes.
I definitely had that actual scene at your freshman year birthday party.
At mine?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because it was hella people, and I wasn't used to hanging out with that like big crowds like that. Like it was like that was like early in our friendship.
It was.
And when we hung out, it was just,
I remember after
person.
that you told me
what'd I say?
Nick and Bryson, you were hanging out with Nick and Bryson, and they were like, "Don't go, it's just gonna be a bunch of fucking preps."
Yeah, dude. I wonder if preps is a universal term. Is it? You think?
Prep,
or was it
if
our
prep
school?
isn't a universal term, then it just means like the popular kids of the school.
Okay, let's just get a little diagnosis of why we had this strong opinion on preps. I don't think you really did, huh?
I mean, I did once I realized what they really stood for. Because I mean, I was obviously indulged in that culture for a little bit.
You were, but you were'nt like
heavy in it.
You weren't the bad side. You weren't on the bad side of it.
Yeah, and you also said that you were like you also said I was one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Like
but
it's so basically at our school, it's probably universal, but
it's definitely universal. But it's just said different ways. However,
like you think the meaning? Yeah.
Whatever,
the name. Yeah.
But I mean,
so basically,
the social anarchy of high school is
yeah. That's exactly what it is.
I mean, it's universal.
So preps at our school were the top tier popular people who basically like. They just like got everything, and we weren't like unpopular. We were popular with them. We were friends with like almost all of them, but we recognized that some of them treated people disrespectfully, and Joey was not like that. That's why we became friends, because Joey was popular.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just make my point about this.
Okay, go ahead.
Since we're clearly getting into this deep.
Mhm.
So I moved to this town. I moved to this town when I was 12 years old. So I was in 7th grade. So I really got indulged into that group. I got heavy into that group when I was in 8th grade.
Mhm.
So,
But you made
by
started
that,
making connections.
so by that time, I barely knew who those people were, and you were somebody who grew up in this town, so you already knew who these people were. You
Yeah.
You had,
I
you
had
had
distance
elementary
from him.
school experiences
Yeah.
with them. You were like, oh, he did that to me in 4th grade. I don't like him from that.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
that type shit, and I
Yeah.
didn't know these people.
This girl
So
broke
I
my
was
heart.
like, yo, these people are nice to me, and I'm because I'm funny, and that's always my
Yeah.
That's always been my shtick. So,
You were class clown. Like,
Yeah,
like, you were the
that's
one that
always
wanted
been
to
my
make,
thing.
and I was like that too, but not to the same extent. But like
Right.
always, like class was boring to us, so we were like, I'm gonna make people laugh,
exactly.
and it was like what we did.
Exactly,
And I remember,
and especially going in there with nothing. I mean, it's like a dude. You don't even know what it's
You think
like,
it's like
man.
a defense mechanism?
No. I'm just trying to put you in the shoes of being as somebody who
oh yeah, I've never been like that.
comes from 100 miles away. You don't know anybody in this general area, and
Uh-huh.
all I ever known was I'm funny. So that's all I went to.
You just went with
and
it.
I just went with it, and they
Yeah.
loved it, and I just,
No, yeah,
so I
people
went to them. I
fucking
flowed to
loved
them,
it.
and I flowed to the group that loved it the most, and that was them. And
Mhm.
I later realized that obviously that wasn't the group I wanted to be around.
But you
But-
still were friends with them. Like I said,
Yeah.
like we were still cool with them. But I think early on we realized we didn't want to be a part of the bad side. We were friends with one of them, and he told us something along the lines of, "If I ever become one of those people," because we talked about it with him.
Oh shit!
He
I'll
said,
never forget this conversation.
he said, "If I ever become one of those people that like looks down on people at our school,
call me out.
call me out." Yeah.
You call me out. He said that.
Mhm.
It is insane.
and it got so bad so
That
rapidly.
conversation is
We
insane.
didn't say anything to him because we were like, he knows. He
I
has
hope
to
one
know.
day he finds this podcast and hears this too, because I just want him to know that. I just want him to know that we.
I still,
that we'll
he's,
never
still
forget
he's
that.
still a homie.
Well, oh, I love him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really that close to him anymore. Obviously, neither of us are. But I mean,
That was like one of the
I'll
last
always have love for that
contacts
dude.
we had was that
For real.
conversation. Honestly,
for real. But I always have love for that dude. For real.
Yeah.
But
But
it's
it's
crazy
how
conversations you have like that in middle school though.
Yeah, it's crazy how that was like freshman year.
Was it? I thought that was the end of 8th grade.
Maybe
I
it was.
thought it was maybe the summer into maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
But-
it's hard tracing back those memories like that. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's all good. Like now, it's all good. Now we're friends with a lot of those people
Bug it.
because they grew out of that. I think that a lot of people grew out of that.
A lot. I mean, once high school ends, I think a lot of people realize a lot of the bullshit that you worried about in high school is done. It ends.
It was bullshit.
It ends. It literally was just that. It was
Yeah.
bullshit. And a lot of people, once you realize that, you have. It's like you told me you had a quote from me earlier about Joe Rogan
Mhm.
on a podcast. You said something about something along the lines of one. If you could hit me with it, honestly, if you could.
Oh, okay. So
It was a
podcast.
said.
Joe Rogan was with Theo Vaughn, and he was basically saying like, basically we don't have control of anything in life. Like your fate is like predetermined. Like you can't do anything about your like death, right?
Right.
You can't do anything about it.
Everybody
So
dies.
he says the only thing that you can control is realizing that you can't control anything. Once you realize that you can't control anything, you like your outlook on life changes. This is what he said. He said like you realize how precious life is and how like
All
how
you have is A to B.
yeah.
What's in between?
All you have is from when you were born to when you die, and you can't control the
And what do you-
last part, and you can't
all
control
you
the
gotta
first part.
do is the best you can do with that time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much the point of what I was saying. You know?
Yeah,
It's
like you have to just don't. He said like once I realized that, I stopped caring what people think.
Yep.
I started doing what I wanted to try. I
Yeah.
started doing I started
You said
comedy,
that's when he
stand
started-
up.
that's
He
when
started doing
got
stand up. He
stand-up.
started a podcast when podcasts weren't even
Weren't
like
a thing,
like a
obviously.
popular thing at
He
least.
just did it, and
And look at him now.
I mean,
he's
he
so
just
successful.
did that reading Twitter Q&As.
Oh, he did
That's
that?
how he started.
Is
that.
it mean tweets?
Him and Red Band were just super high one day, and they just went on Twitter and they just went through Q&As,
Mhm.
and they went live with it. It got a lot of views, and they just started doing it regularly.
And then it
It
evolved into a
turned into
podcast.
getting Joey Diaz on it. That really blew it
Yeah,
up.
those
And
two are
and
crazy
then they went
together.
nuts. Oh
Yeah.
man, that fucking dude.
Yeah,
That fucking dude is everything I want to be when it comes to
he's hilarious.
comedy. He's just lived so much life that the comedy flows just like in
Mhm.
conversation so easily.
And like, I didn't hear the whole story. I'm sure you know it. His
Right.
like upbringing is crazy, isn't it?
Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
Oh
Isn't it
man.
ridiculous?
I mean, his mother died in front of him.
How would that happen? I know that, but I didn't know how it happened.
Okay, so his mother ran a bar, and she always like had like I know she ran a bar, but the reason she had the bar was because she always did like illegal. She always ran numbers for somebody, and
Mhm.
that's how she got money. But she was always addicted to drugs. Was the point?
Yeah.
And so I think it was she overdosed on something,
In front of him.
and well, not directly in front of him, but she died on the kitchen floor, and then he went to the kitchen and saw her there, and
Oh my gosh.
I think he was 14. You know,
That's
and from
ridiculous.
there, I think he got taken by an Italian family
Mm.
for the remainder of his teenage years. And
Oh yeah, a family friend, right?
yeah,
He lived with a
close-
family
close
friend.
family
Yeah.
friend. They took him in, and then oh my god, I wish I could tell Joey Diaz's life story word for word.
in,
I
in
wish
the
I
way he
could.
says it.
You know
too.
what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, my mother.
But I know.
Yeah.
And then he got in a lot of trouble early on, and then he
Mhm.
moved to Colorado,
Yeah.
and then he kidnapped the guy, went to prison. Kidnapped the guy during a drug robbery.
Mhm.
Went to prison for 5 years. Came out. I know he has a former daughter, who he doesn't talk to anymore.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a long lost daughter. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And he doesn't really have communication with her anymore.
Jeez.
And now he's married and he married the Comedy Store in L.A.
Yeah.
He married a
Everyone talks about
he married
that.
a waitress there.
Oh really?
He married a waitress.
So he was probably just performing
married a
there and
waitress
met her.
from the Comedy Store. Yeah,
That's awesome.
he married a Comedy Store waitress. And
Dude, every single comedian talks
and now
about
he
the
has a
Comedy
kid.
Store.
And now he has a young kid. And he lives in
Wow.
Jersey.
Boy or girl?
He moved back to Jersey. A girl named Mercy.
Wow, that's awesome.
And he moved back to Jersey.
But yeah, dude, some of the people with the most traumatic.
Shout out Joey Diaz. One
Yeah,
of my favorite
shout out.
One of my favorite comedians on the planet.
I need to dive more. Like I should have known all that. I need to
Yeah,
dive
yeah.
more into his like stand up and all of his
Oh,
videos and stuff.
God.
But it was Joe Rogan again talking
But
about like
I know how you know him is because I remember like we know him obviously from his performance in the Longest Yard.
yeah.
and
I
I-
didn't even realize that was him.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that you
For
just
the
said that, it
longest time.
clicked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember people being like, I was like, who is this guy? And they were like, he's a comedian. And I was like, I never looked
Oh my
into
god,
it.
he.
and wish
I mean,
did.
you could in some regards he stole that
Can of
movie.
corn,
He
can
stole
of
that
corn.
movie. He stole that movie, man.
Yeah, can of corn.
Fuck.
That's so
God.
funny. You know who else stole that movie?
He was so fat in that movie.
What was
too.
that guy's name? The giant dude.
Whoever was great. Oh, I
The-
don't even know the giant dude's name. He fucking
Not the giant dude.
Oh.
He's like he's the one
black
that's giving
dude?
people McDoubles and stuff.
Oh, you're talking about Terry Crews.
Yeah, Terry Crews
Terry
is so
Crews.
funny in that
I was like,
movie.
there was so many.
You
giant
acted like a
dudes.
real asshole.
Nothing a quarter pound with cheese can't do.
Yeah, dude, he's so funny. in that
There's so
movie.
many quotes.
He's so
There's so
funny
many quotes in that
movie, yeah.
fucking movie.
That movie. Didn't we
We
watch
just,
that here?
botched it.
Like,
yeah, that's kind of why I brought it up is because
Yeah.
I remember watching it. I remember
dude, I
watching
did
it
not
a few
even
months
realize
ago.
that's Joey Diaz. That's
Oh my
crazy.
Gosh, he probably has like 5 scenes with lines.
Mhm.
Every single one of them he crushes.
Yeah, he doesn't talk a lot.
Every single one of them he
You
crushes.
know the guy.
yeah,
I had too much popcorn. That guy's hilarious too. Everyone has funny
what's
moments
his
in that
name?
movie.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think Adam Sandler wrote that movie.
and he kisses the guy. He kisses God, what I don't know names.
Oh, Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan.
Here I am.
Tracy Morgan's a
They go,
cheerleader.
they go behind the curtain. She goes, "Here I am."
You see the shot.
Yeah.
You see the silhouette.
I was showing her a wrestling move. I remember this. It's so funny, dude. That movie's
so good.
hilarious,
That movie's
dude.
so
That
good.
and then like they got Courtney Cox in the beginning.
Dude,
Bad.
fire.
Oh my god. she's
Fire,
so bad.
fire,
That
fire.
movie's just awesome, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to ask you a question, Deezy. I'm
Shoot, go
I'm
ahead.
springing this on you big time, but
Okay.
okay. So imagine you have the ability to go anywhere in the world.
Okay.
I'll call it a golden plane ticket.
Damn.
You possess a golden plane ticket. You can go anywhere in the world, and you can have a trip there
Uh-huh.
for however much time you want with this golden plane ticket. Obviously, me and you, we don't have money, so this would be an insane opportunity.
Yes.
Anywhere in the world, I don't know how much you've thought about this. You can go anywhere in the world, let's say for a week.
Mhm.
Anywhere in the world, DZ. Where are you going?
Damn. You know what's crazy is we were talking about this before, how uncultured I am. Like how up to date with everything I am. Like
Yeah.
literally
So you
the
just-
places I think of are the most like
Hawaii.
basic. Not
You was
Hawaii.
gonna say Hawaii.
I was gonna say Paris. I was gonna say.
No, okay, Tom, speak on that though. I don't really. I mean, people think of Paris, but I don't really like. If I want to go somewhere, Paris isn't even in my top 10. So speak on that. You like, what makes you want to go to Paris? Easy. Is there like things about it that appeal to you? Talk on it.
You know what it is?
What is it? Them women? You like them French women?
Not like I hairy armpits, but you know what it really is?
Oh,
I'm really bad at geography, and there's only a few places that I can think of off top.
so you like Paris? I know that place. Are you joking?
They also got the Eiffel Tower, so I could go there. But yeah, my geography. Now you got me messed up. I'm about to go buy a globe, a world map.
I'm about to buy you a globe.
I used to have a sharpener that was a globe. I never looked at it.
I think I had that too. It was metal, huh?
Yeah,
I did have that joint.
and I just flexed on everyone.
Yeah.
Put it on there fun. But yeah, I'm
But
very
you
bad at
could-
geography. What are some other places? I'd like to go to Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. Okay, that's religious purpose.
Yeah,
Okay.
Probably that'd be
Honestly,
cool, yeah.
I would be with that.
or the where's the Jordan River at? Is that Jerusalem?
I don't know.
God, I'm about to get flamed in the comments if someone's like,
You
this
just
dude said
naming
what?
names.
This dude said what? No, I want to go to Jordan River and get baptized in it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where
be
John the
dope shit.
John the Baptist got baptized.
Dope shit.
Yeah, and Jesus. Oh, John the Baptist
Jesus
and
was
Jesus. Yeah,
baptized in that?
they both baptized.
Jesus was baptized in that river.
Yeah, by John the Baptist.
That's
That's-
kind of money then.
Exactly.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, there's
kinda
there's a bunch of Christian rappers who also got baptized in
that
the Jordan River. Yeah, because of that. It's awesome. So that'd be cool.
It's
But
probably hella polluted now though. You know, it's not the same river. Like you got to think when Jesus got.
you think it come
baptized
out
in
like
it,
covered in
Oh my
sin?
god, it's probably so pure. No, now it's probably just like,
You-
like people do diapers in that bitch.
No, you probably come
Like,
out.
think about a river.
You know how like the ducks get those can plastic things wrapped on their neck? You probably come out with one of them like on your face.
You think it's that polluted?
Well, you said polluted. I just went all the way.
You
Like oil and
You
shit.
went sewage on it.
There's like an oil rig right next to you. Like, oh shit.
All right, so you didn't really have shit for me there, but
Let me think. Let me think. Give
No,
me
I'm
yours
just
and let me
playing.
think.
I'm
Cause
just
like
playing. I'm
let me
just
pull up a
playing.
map.
I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Being baptized in the Jordan River. That's honestly that's a really dope answer.
Okay.
I'll leave that as your answer. That's a dope answer.
Thank you.
So-
Appreciate it.
So for me, I broke it down to a few places. I'm really into A, mountains, and B, I mean probably A beach and island culture, and then
Mhm.
B, mountains.
Okay.
So for me, my number one place I probably want to go, even though I know nothing about it, is Fiji, because
Fiji.
yeah,
Like-
is Fiji because Fiji has an insane mountain landscape on top of being one of the most insane beach waters. They say like the
It's a mixture of the two
waters
things that you
Fiji-
want.
They say
Yeah.
the waters of Fiji are insane, and they say the mountains there are amazing hikes. So
Mhm.
I really think if I had a week there, it would be the perfect trip. Like it's just everything I want.
And that's nice weather there, right?
like-
It's not like
dude,
snowy.
It's nuts there. It's like I think it's like I want to say it's like just like a couple, maybe even 100 miles just south of the equator. So it's like
Mhm.
it's like
Oh, it's
right where
nice.
you want to. It's like I mean it's hot. Like it's pretty tropical, but I mean like it's not. I mean I would love to take a trip to a place like that. And the second one was
Okay.
You ready for this one?
Mhm. Go ahead.
Japan.
Japan. Oh,
How do you feel about Japan?
that's awesome. I wish I would have thought of that. Like
Okay.
I know what Japan is, obviously,
Dude,
but
Japan.
I didn't. It
there's
come to
so
mind.
much culture there.
Yeah.
There's just so much culture there. I don't know nothing about anime, but I would love to like go see like there's like
I
an
want to get
anime
into
town
it.
and
I
shit.
do want to
Yeah,
get.
there's like an
Like
anime town
it's
and
so
shit, though.
praised and like, it's so like respected by
So
like so many
respected
people we know that
by
like
so many people that we
I really
that we like,
want to get
yeah.
into it, and I know I'd probably fall in love with it and like really like it, but I just haven't gotten to
Probably,
it.
I know. Are you a subtitle person too? Like when you watch it, can you deal with subtitles?
Yeah.
You can.
You know why I can do
I
that?
like subtitles.
You know why I can do that? Because
Why?
my dad's favorite type of like Netflix show. You know what it is?
No. Don't.
He would go to like documentaries, and then like I think he would like he would like find foreign documentaries, and we would watch. I would have no choice when I
So you
was
liked foreign documentary?
yeah. It was
Okay.
documentary, like, but it was like not interesting documentaries.
Oh,
And they were foreign, so you had to read
What were they
subtitles.
about? What were they about?
Like he would just watch stuff about like
Coal mining.
just no, because it was like yeah, it was like weird stuff that like gave me no
Hieroglyphs?
value. Yeah, it was like stuff that gave me no value. It was like, what would they talk about? Like they would just talk about the dumbest stuff, and I would just be reading the whole time, and I'm like, why are we reading? And my brothers are there too, and they're like, why are we
They're all
reading?
watching you.
Yeah. And so I could deal with subtitles because of that. So I'm
That's
not a
what
big
made
deal.
you. That's a sad example. Like you
It's
basically
awful.
were like, because when I was a kid,
We were forced.
I had to eat porridge. Now I can eat porridge whenever.
If we didn't have subtitles, he would beat me. No, I'm just playing. But
It's
yeah,
like, that's
it
a
is
sad way
It
to. That's
is
a sad way to
But
put it. But
now I can watch any good movie with subtitles and be like, yep, I'm still in this. I even have subtitles
well, for
on.
me,
Okay, you don't.
I just enjoy subtitles because I don't mind them. I just never minded subtitles.
There's no tragic story behind your
Nope.
reason for liking them.
No, my mom doesn't like them, but like ever since I was a kid, like I'll just like if they've ever been on something or like because one of my favorite movies as a kid is called Sugar, right? And it's a Spanish baseball movie. I guarantee nobody we know has watched it. But if you ever get the time, David, and you don't care about subtitles, watch this movie. It's called Sugar. It's an amazing story about this kid from I think Venezuela. He's a baseball pitcher, but such a good story. And it was all in Spanish. My mom didn't know it was, so she bought me it was Blockbuster. Remember Blockbuster days?
She just saw baseball,
Remember when we go to Blockbuster as a kid, and your mom would like pick out a movie?
huh? Yeah.
Remember that shit?
And get candy.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
No, I wish Blockbuster was
Dude,
still a thing.
Blockbuster, like our kids will never know that vibe. Like they'll never know. They'll be like, put it on Netflix.
There's one
Dad.
more Blockbuster
Pay
left.
$5 on Netflix, Dad. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah.
Like,
That's so
damn.
late. It's not even gonna be like that. It's gonna be like, upload it in my eye, Dad. In the Neuralink, Elon Musk gonna say, yeah, put the Netflix in that bitch.
God, not
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, upload it into my shit, Dad.
Stop. You think Neuralink?
Yeah, give me the USB when you're
Stop
done,
it.
Dad. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that.
You think Neuralink's gonna have Netflix on it, so we're just gonna be able to?
Yeah. What is it? What is it called? When you share something and your phone's near you? What the fuck is that called?
AirPlay or no AirDrop.
Yeah, airdrop that to my brain, Dad.
AirDrop to
Airdrop that shit in my dome, Dad.
the... Wait,
That's what's gonna be.
Wait, so you think Neuralink's gonna have Netflix in it? So we're just gonna be
They
zoned
gonna-
out? Wait, so we're gonna be like this? Watch Netflix?
Well, yeah.
I'm like watching season 2 of Game of Thrones right now.
You chilling on the bus.
Are you
This is gonna,
serious?
no, but this is what's gonna get controversial, because you know motherfuckers gonna be on the bus. They saved up, they scraped up money for the Neuralink because it's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be like buying the newest
It's gonna be
iPhone.
stupid. Oh,
Yeah.
Daddy,
And-
I don't
and
know about that. Might be
Imagine
more than that.
you gotta get
Might be more than
updated
that.
because your shit starts lagging. Your brain starts fucking
Your
up.
brain starts
because
lagging.
because how does Apple work?
Stop it!
How does Apple work?
Stop it!
How does Apple work? Because why is this phone fucked up when it worked a couple months ago?
You're saying if you get Neuralink and there's a new version of Neuralink, you're gonna start having you. You gonna start,
Tweaking.
you gonna start slowing
Tweaking.
down.
Tweaking. Doctors and shit with Neuralink.
Your database gonna start slowing down.
Tweaking out of nowhere, fucking flinching and shit, and you just start saying pussy. Starts
You
random
have
shit.
Tourette's?
Yes.
You get Tourette's from
they
Neuralink.
probably gonna give you. But
Neuralink gives you Tourette's.
doctors, you gotta get the new one, because you working on someone. Their heart's open heart surgery, and your shit ain't updated. You ain't got the new shit. You ain't got the 10 plus Neuralink. You just fuck. Gone, dead.
What is this?
Just dead.
You made it look like a game of Operation. Oh shit! I messed it up.
That's not how they do it.
I know, but it looked like it's what you did.
Yeah, isn't that operations based on real life? Like where you, no, but that's what it's gonna be. Neuralink is gonna like.
If Neuralink really, I don't want to deep dive on Neuralink. I really don't.
Yeah, we can do it another
I really
day.
don't want to deep dive on Neuralink.
We'll do it next
Holy
podcast.
shit.
But where
Holy
was I
shit.
going with it? Where
Holy
was I
shit, you
going
got
with
me
it?
thinking. Holy shit, you got me thinking.
Where was I going with it? Oh, but you know, motherfuckers, they scraped up, right? They got changed. They finally got their Neuralink. They got the cheapest one. They got the Neuralink 1.
Yes.
Neuralink 1. This,
Yep.
the Neuralink pod or whatever. And they just in the bus. And they just watching porn. And people know it. You can just tell. There's something about him. There's something in his eyes. He's like, you know, he's just, what is he doing?
So you're gonna be able to tell based on.
And then that's when there's gonna be lawsuits. Neuralink's gonna be like, we didn't know he was gonna do that.
Fuck that. Let's get off Neuralink. Okay,
yeah,
Let's get off Neuralink. But let's stick with the future.
Blockbuster.
Let's stick with the. Oh, you want to go back to Blockbuster?
There's one more Blockbuster left in existence. It's in Oregon.
That's right.
It's in Bend,
That's right.
Oregon.
I feel like there was 2 left one time, and they were owned by the same guy, and he had to shut one of them down. I think that was the story. He shut one of them down. But if we jump back to Blockbuster, man, our kids will never know that. Like as a kid, you just go there.
I might make one.
Mom's like, pick out a movie. You go there. Oh my god, you get all these sections. You pick one out. She's like, hell no, that's rated R. And you go back and you put it back.
in the nudie section.
You're like,
no, you're not even allowed in that aisle.
No, because it's got the curtain. It's got the beads on it.
Oh yeah, it did have the curtain.
It's got the beads
It was like,
on it.
there was like
I
lights
never
and
got
shit.
to go back there. I never got to go back.
I would
there.
look at it though.
Did you ever sneak in there?
No.
I know some friends that were like,
'Cause my mom was
Yo.
watching me. She knew
"Yo,
what
you
I was.
ain't
She
never
knew what I
been
was
in the
up
nudity
to.
section? Remember that? It was like elementary school.
They was talking
You
down
ain't
to
never
you.
been in the nudity section?
They look you up and down like that.
Like,
Yeah.
you never
they're
been
like,
in the nudity section? You
the fuck?
You a
It's a
baby.
bitch.
No, baby. That was the word. Remember? Nothing hurt you like baby. Nothing hurt like baby. When you were in elementary school, you a
baby.
you're such a
wham,
you're such a baby.
You ain't never been in the nudity section? Wham, wham.
You ain't been in the nudity
Yeah,
section.
they did tell
You's
me
a
that.
baby.
And I was like, my family's Christian. They super religious. And that was it. And then they were like, oh, for sure.
For me, I just didn't say nothing, and then
You just made like
I roasted them later in class, probably.
just you
Something
you,
else.
You sneak this
I
them
don't
later.
know. I don't know.
They forgot that
I
they
don't
even did it, huh? And
I'm
they were
just
like,
hoping I did that.
you just sneak this them, and then they were like, what the fuck was that for? And you were like, 8 years ago, you said some shit about me.
And then we became friends.
We should talk about how we met in class.
You want to go to that story? Let's go to it.
Yeah. We really should.
In West Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how it was. Yeah. But okay. So do you want to start, or do you want me to go?
I'll kick it off.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we were in 8th grade, English class, first and second period. We had
Ms. Wah.
yes, shout out. We had
Wah.
Ms. Wall. She's actually pretty dope overall. I kind of
She was like quirky and like crazy, and it made it interesting.
And then at times she could snap on you, which I liked.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did
It was respectable.
Yeah.
I had her for senior year.
Yeah.
And she did not like us.
Oh, that's right. I forgot she went to.
She
I
did
forgot
not
she
like
came, I
us.
forgot she came to high school with us.
Yeah.
I forgot she moved up.
It was a CP class, and everybody fucked with her. And she was like, she lost her temper so much, and I couldn't like.
Did
take
she
it
remember you
seriously.
from middle school?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And it was funny because like I was in her AP 8th grade class.
Wait, you didn't ever ask her?
She said, "Oh, hi, David," when she did roll call the first day. I was like, "What's up?" No, I was like, "Hi."
She would have remembered my ass because I was stupid as fuck in that class. But this
You were
gets-
in
this gets me to
pre-AP,
the
weren't
point.
you?
This gets me to the
Yeah,
point.
yeah, we were in
in the
pre-AP.
same class, stupid ass. So this gets me to the point.
I ended up in CP. Go ahead.
No, you didn't. So this gets me to the point.
Yeah, go ahead.
That class has so many memories. Oh my god. I could
Which
go,
one? 8th grade?
I could go off of a tree. No, but that class, if I just bring it all back to that class, there's like a tree of like memory paths I can go down. Like
Okay.
some of them hurt,
Uh-huh.
some of them are fun, some of them are whatever. But okay, so that class, so many people in that class that I can name. But so me and you,
Everyone was in that.
this is how we met. So we were sitting at a, they always put your desks in fours.
It was like
in
rows.
middle school.
Yeah.
No, but for this we had to do fours for,
Oh,
for
okay,
something.
yeah.
So we all turned around and we were in a group, and you were in front of me, and there was two girls right here. I don't forget who they were, but I remember this pretty vividly.
They were irrelevant.
And we were talking about something. I think we were discussing something about like we had to do like it was like something about no, I can't even think about what it was. Maybe it was like we were trying to come up with a plot for like something.
we probably had to do like some little skit in front of the class.
I don't know. Yeah,
Something like that. I know we did have to do that in that class. Yeah.
And so we were talking about I think we were talking about our influences for like what we should do, and we were talking about shows we like. And then I said, or I think you said, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, that's like one of my favorite shows. And you're like, for real? And then after you said for real,
And this is like our first conversation in class.
We'd never talked before.
Because
you were
I don't
quiet,
even think
honestly.
I knew. Yeah, I didn't even think I really knew you.
Yeah. And I was.
No, actually, deadass, I was the quietest one in that class.
You probably were.
I didn't talk to anyone. At that
Yeah,
time.
man, I believe it. And then like you're like, I was like, yeah, that's one of my favorite shows.
Uh-huh.
And you were like, really? And then I just started rapping it.
Uh-huh.
And then
It was quiet in the class.
Yeah,
It was dead silent in the class.
No, it started to get quiet. I don't think it started quiet, but I think it started to get quiet, and I just kept going with it. And then like everybody heard, and then
I joined.
and then you joined.
Yeah,
too, and
we were
rapping it together.
we were rapping it.
It was a pretty funny moment.
Yeah, it was funny because like it was so not me to do something like that.
Yeah.
I realized now I
I'll
was
never
so
forget that.
quiet because I was like, I was still adjusting. It was 8th grade, but I was still adjusting to like the difference between like elementary school to middle school. I was like, it was weird. That's why 8th grade to me was like painful to watch.
Yeah.
Because I was like, damn, this was me for sure. But I remember after that we started talking a little bit, and I was like, you were like, oh, what are you up to this weekend or something like that? You just asked me like what I was gonna be doing.
It was that day too. I remember this
yeah.
too. We started talking.
And I was like, oh, I'm about to actually do baseball tryouts for the first time. I've never played baseball, but I've been trying to like get better to do tryouts. And you were new to me, and I hadn't seen you at like the parks or anything. Like I saw a lot of the people who were gonna be trying out, and I was like,
this was the first thing I'd ever done actually. Like if Like if
Like
you did,
sport wise in Lodi.
in the town of Lodi, it just had like it was just like in my mind, like let me set this up. So we were talking about like what we do for fun and stuff, and he was talking about how he's gonna he's gonna go to the baseball tryouts for the city recreational, and I had just moved there a year ago, and I moved there during the summer, so I hadn't been able to do any sports. And he was talking about how he was gonna try out for baseball, and I was like, "Yo, I'm about to try out too." I was like,
"What did I say?"
I was like, "I do baseball." I was like, "I've been doing baseball for my whole life," and he thought I was just continuing my joke shit, and he was like,
"Yeah."
He was like,
"No,
"You're
you're
lying."
not. I was like,
he
"No,
was
you're
like, "No,
not."
you're not. You're lying." And I was like, "Bro, I'm serious." He was like, "I'm not." I was like, "I'm not even joking." He
I was like, "How come I haven't seen you out
like,
there
Yeah.
practicing? Because
Yeah.
everyone else is practicing." I was like, "Why haven't I seen you in the
I
park?"
literally just like my mom literally just signed me up. Like I wasn't even making this up.
Oh
My mom literally
yeah.
just signed me up. Like,
But it sounded to me.
It sounded like I couldn't make them up.
Yeah, and I was like,
and then he was like,
nah.
He was like, all right. I was like, all right, bet me. I was like, bet me. I'll be there at tryouts on Saturday. And he was like, what do you want to bet? And I was like, bet me. I was like, bet me a soda. Bet me a Mountain Dew. And he was like, you got it. We shook on it. After tryouts ended, literally after tryouts ended, I saw him there, and he was with his dad, and he was like, oh. So he was like, oh, so what'd you want? You want a Mountain Dew? That's all he said. That's all. He didn't say nothing. He was like, so you wanted a Mountain Dew?
I got all quiet again.
And I was like, yeah. And I was with my mom. I was like, yeah. I was like, a Mountain Dew.
That's so funny.
And
Did I bring it to
She was like,
school?
what was that? She was like, what was that? And then no, but the best part about the story, you did bring it to school. You were a man of your word, and that's what honestly made me be like, all right, he's a real one. Yeah. But we ended up being on the same team, Deezy.
We did. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, we got drafted on the same team.
That's like
I got placed last. I didn't do shit.
Oh man, that was so fun.
Yeah, that team was so fun.
That was a lot.
We have so many stories about that team too. That's a whole podcast.
Yankees is a whole podcast. And we'll get them on. We'll get them boys on here.
Yeah.
We could. Yeah. I want to get all them boys on here.
Yeah, we ended up on a team with all of like our best friends through high school. Right?
Yeah, man.
Most of them.
To keep it on it, yeah.
Yeah. Most of the big ones that we're about to do a skit with one of them.
Yeah.
We're about
to do a skit with one of them.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We're probably gonna plug it. It's gonna be on another channel, but we're gonna link the channels eventually. I gotta figure that all.
They're not even ready for that.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for that.
They're not even ready for that.
It's gonna be dope. It's my first time acting.
Yeah, Deezy's acting debut. Deezy's acting
But you've done acting, right? Because you've done improv.
I've been doing it since I was a kid.
I mean, I've been in videos when I was a kid.
I know.
I
know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
To be honest, I haven't done since like sophomore. Sophomore year was the thing. Last time I did anything.
But I've seen you do it. I've seen you improv, and that's really good.
Yeah.
And
I'm just.
So I know you'll be.
I don't mean to be cocky, but I'm too natural at it.
Yeah. I think.
But honestly, you're pretty natural at a lot of things, Dave.
Yeah.
So I feel like
I have it in me. I just gotta the same way with the podcast. I just gotta channel it. Kind of let go of all the nerves. Think about what Joe Rogan said, where you can't control anything in life. So try and
control what you can't control. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is
so just like take advantage of the things in life while you're still here, and just go all in. That's what I'm gonna start doing. So
that's gonna be
yeah.
Please be on the lookout for that, because
Joey,
that is gonna be.
I think that should say 43 minutes. Holy shit!
That seems about right.
Goddamn, time flies. That's insane.
I have 2 more topics.
You want to go through them real quick? I don't know how long mine.
I have 1 more actually.
Go ahead. Yo, we up?
All right, D's.
Go ahead.
All right, D's. Earlier today we was eating some pizza.
Chilling.
And we was talking about how I was watching a podcast the other day, and there was this Bitcoin expert on it. And he was going over the basics of it with Logan Paul. And he was talking about...
So you know he broke that bitch down.
Yeah.
Because Logan was like, wait, so...
Logan's a very smart guy, so he wanted to break it all down.
Okay.
Logan really wanted to break it all down. I mean, Logan's never gotten a B in his life. I mean, he makes that a point.
Yeah, he did. I watched the video. He had 4.6 GPA or something crazy.
He was...
My bad. I was just playing.
He was the valedictorian.
I was just playing. Like, Logan, I don't want to smoke. I know you're fighting.
Logan's a school head.
Harmful joke. Harmless joke. Shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there was a Bitcoin expert on, right? And they were talking about how Bitcoin, at this point, he broke it down like this, or this is a quote I took away from it, and I'll open it with this. He said, if Bitcoin was a baseball game, like where it's at in its stock point and everything, how it's been up and down fluctuating. If Bitcoin was a baseball game, Bitcoin's in the first inning.
which is ridiculous because people who are
He said there is more risk right now in not putting your money in Bitcoin than there is putting your money in Bitcoin. You were doing more wrong by not investing your money.
and this guy's an expert.
He's the second. I mean, he's apparently like the second most popular investor. I forget his name. He just got into it a few years ago.
He blown up like that.
He's blown up like that. But here's the big thing about Bitcoin that I wanted to ask you how you feel about is because it's so secure, because it's so back roots, because it's so this.
Yeah.
When he interviews a lot of Bitcoin experts who have like these engines, right? 'Cause you have to mine it, right? You know how Bitcoin works.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
how
yeah.
Bitcoin works?
You have to have computers to mine it, which is weird.
These $10,000 computers are fucking just looking on the internet. And
And how does that make any sense? How do you turn something physical into something
I
technological?
have no idea. It had to be created by 1,000
weird.
geniuses.
Yeah.
So he interviewed this guy who had like 1,000 computers in his garage, and he the question that you always ask a Bitcoin guy that they'll never answer is how many Bitcoin have you mined, and they'll never answer it. It's like such a secret thing. It's like so secret.
Because is that like a liability thing where like if you tell
Probably.
people, then you're a target for someone who's
for
gonna
somebody who
finesse
hack
you?
because the hackers are crazy with Bitcoin, right? Like that's the big thing is people are
Yeah.
worried about your Bitcoin getting hacked. So that's probably like
So they just be like, nah.
most of these people I imagine are probably crazy
They
conspiratorial.
just be like, I never
weirdos.
mined it. I just invest in it. Even
Dude,
though they mine
you
like
know
all
how I
of
heard
it.
about Bitcoin for the first time?
Isn't it
My
like
weirdo friend number one.
True?
I'm glad you knew. Yeah, shouts out.
My
homie
bad, Drew. I just
Shouts
knew.
out homie Drew. Drew years ago in high school bought acid with Bitcoin on the dark web.
Yeah, that's what I thought Bitcoin was for.
That's how I learned it the first
for
time.
non-tracking
That's how I learned it the
currencies.
first time. I want to know, Drew, if you watch this, is that Bitcoin word that you spent on that acid worth more today or worth more than it was back then?
How many Bitcoin do you think you'd use?
I mean, it probably wasn't a number of Bitcoin. I imagine it was serious because it was 2017. So I think it was worth a decent amount at that point. I think 20,
But imagine it
2017
now.
is when it was at, it's worth more today. It's worth more today. And that's,
One-
and that's why I wanted to answer
One
this.
single one
It's
is worth
definitely more
what?
today. I think it's 33 today. Check it right now.
I don't have it on this phone.
You don't have
It's that
internet?
phone.
You don't have internet on that?
Oh, yeah.
Check the Bitcoin word.
I was
on
thinking
your
about the
phone.
app. I was thinking, my
No,
bad.
let's check Bitcoin stock.
Don't look at my history, bitch.
I'm gonna look at your history. Grindy anal.
I just said. No, I'm playing. I do grandpa. You know. Bitcoin word.
39.
Oh, you saw that?
It's
Yeah.
40. It was 39.9. 40K. It's gonna
Holy
hit 40K
shit.
tomorrow. Bitcoin is about to hit $40,000, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy shit. But don't you think that this is kind of becoming knowledge I hear from everyone?
I'm investing tonight.
I am too.
I'm investing.
However, don't you kind of feel like because everyone's becoming aware of this, like I've heard it from 10 different people saying you should invest in Bitcoin, you should do this. Don't you think
I
that?
heard from at least a handful.
Don't you
Not
think
10,
that?
but-
Don't you
Go
think?
ahead, Tim.
I,
You got some
I
good people
inflated the
around you.
numbers. I inflated the numbers.
Okay.
But it's it's like
Punch up,
9.
We're punching up.
It's
We're
like
punching
9.
up.
Like
We're
J. Cole
punching up.
said. She said she got 3 bodies. It's probably multiplied by 3. So I multiplied by 3. I had 1. No, it was like 3 people.
Split the whole thing then. Okay, go
I
ahead.
don't know the whole thing. I just know that bar.
Her man on campus, but it's fine by me. She say she only fuck like 4, 5 niggas, so you know you gotta multiply by 3.
Really quoted. Anyways, don't you think that since everyone is starting to know about this, everyone's gonna start putting money in it, and that's gonna
That's a good thing. That's why it's gonna go up. That's what we want. That's why we get on it now. That's how stocks work, Deezy. The more stocks that are bought, the higher it goes up.
Okay.
So when what it really is gonna come down to is like I told you earlier, and I'm gonna tell you guys now. When it's really gonna blow up is when Elon Musk and these big Fortune 500 companies, which is Fortune 500 if you know what that is. It's the biggest 500 companies
The
in the
wealthiest,
US.
the wealthiest,
Yeah,
and the biggest,
in the US.
most established.
Once they start putting like
And Tesla's one of them.
2%. Tesla might be top 5. Like well, I don't. I mean,
My
I
bad.
don't, it's probably not top 5, but it's fucking up there. It's
I don't know
the,
geography
it's the number
or
one. It's the number one car
finance.
company in the world. So if once those Fortune 500 companies start putting 1%, 2% of their net worth into that company into Bitcoin, that's just
Yeah.
gonna yeet. Like I was getting back into this expert that on this podcast, he predicts that in the year 2034, Bitcoin will be worth
Million.
$1 million.
1 Bitcoin equates to $1 million.
$1 million.
And you were saying Did you just say this? I might not have caught it. That it'll become the main currency when Elon. Yeah, it'll become the main currency, right?
At a point, I said there is rumors that mogul Mark Cuban might run for president if it hits 1 million. And at that point,
And what's the correlation between it hitting 1 million and him? Is he have that?
he's
he's
tweeted
invested
this,
in it,
and he just tweeted. Well,
or is it just kind of like?
I'd imagine he's a smart man who's invested in Bitcoin. Yes, I'd
Yeah.
imagine Mark Cuban's invested in Bitcoin.
And the
So he
rich
said,
get richer.
Once it hits 1 million, he said he will run on it. He will run for president and make it a point to make Bitcoin the currency, like the currency. That'll be his point. And I would imagine it would be his point because he's invested in and he's making a lot of money off it. So he's trying to make more.
He got the backing now.
Yeah, and he's trying to make more.
Yeah.
You get it?
But you know what I think? I think if Mark Cuban ran for president, there would be no opposition.
Oh, we can get into Mark Cuban all day. You're a fan? That's my guy.
I mean, I watched Shark Tank.
Yeah, but like if you don't know,
No, but yeah, he's a
like Mark Cuban's the man. Mark Cuban's the guy who refuses to wear a suit.
yeah.
Mark Cuban's a real motherfucker who's worth billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
The owner of the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Like Mark Cuban's a legit dude.
Yeah,
and
he's cool too. Like
Yeah.
he's pretty down to earth for how fucking rich he is.
He did a podcast with somebody I like. Fuck, I forgot who interviewed him, but he just interviewed him for a second. Oh, you know who it was? It was the Pat McAfee show. You know who Pat McAfee is?
Mm-mm.
The punter. So
he has a podcast now.
Yeah, he does his football. He does his more. Oh, it's one of the biggest podcasts in the world. It's called the Pat McAfee Show. Look it up. He's hilarious.
Okay.
I guarantee you'll like it. It's just very sports oriented. Just watch a couple clips.
Okay.
But he interviewed Mark Cuban on there, and they were literally talking about him running for president.
Mhm.
And he literally he was like obviously saying like, no, I don't want to do it, but he didn't seem like I'll never do it.
Yeah.
Like I feel under the right circumstances, Mark Cuban might run for president one day. And if that happens, I will be right behind him because I love that dude.
I mean, Kanye ran.
He is
Mark
so
Cuban
in the middle. He's so in the middle. If he even runs as a Republican, because I'm obviously, if you can't tell, I'm very much Democrat. If he ran as a Republican, I would still be on his bandwagon because I know
he's
what
a good
stands
guy.
for.
Yeah,
I
he's
know
a
what
good guy.
he stands for. I know what
Yeah.
he wants. I know what he.
You think he would run as a Republican? I think he would probably be.
I don't know.
Democrat.
I think he might run as a independent,
Maybe.
and he might run off his
Has
name.
there been an independent president? I should know this.
Never.
Okay.
I think the close Ross Perot was a big
Close one.
gunna. Yeah, he came from Texas and everybody loved him because he was like I think he was like pro gun, but he was like in the middle kind of. I mean, it was weird,
Yeah.
but he was like
He
was
had
right-
fans
he was
on both
right-leaning.
sides.
He was right leaning.
Yeah.
right leaning.
That would be crazy if he went independent and became president. That would be insane, actually.
It's probably unlikely,
Yeah.
but I'm just
I think he would
I'm
probably
just a
pick
big-
one.
I'm just a big Mark Cuban fan.
Yeah. But here's my thing. So we said, this guy said Bitcoin is going to be worth 1 million at some point, right? $1 million. And then you said,
he projected it to be higher
Yeah.
than that. I forgot. I'll bring up the podcast later with you, but I
Uh-huh.
mean, he projected it to be crazy higher than that. But he said 1 million by 2034. I think he said.
2034. Okay, so in 2034, you're saying around that time, the money that we know is going to be obsolete. It's going to be Bitcoin primarily, right?
I'm not saying it's gonna be obsolete,
It's a possibility, though.
but I'm
You think Bitcoin will take over as the main?
maybe at one point I believe Bitcoin will. I mean, I don't know what I believe. I mean, I just watched one podcast. I don't want to sound like an expert, but
Just say what
I
you know.
think the dollar's on its way out.
Okay, yeah, this
I'll
is
leave it
exactly
at
what
that.
I wanted. This is exactly what I
I'll
wanted.
leave it at that.
So-
The dollar's on its way out.
Yeah, if the dollar is on its way out, that means the Bitcoin's on its way in, right?
It seems like it.
Yeah,
It
so-
seems, it seems
so-
like it. I don't know what else would be.
Say Bitcoin takes over, and you were talking about this with me. You were saying when you're trying to buy a house, you're gonna be like talking to someone. You're gonna be like, hey, I want your house.
This
Let
is
me
one
get
thing you said.
0.5
It's,
Bitcoin.
it's called blockchain.
blockchain.
So Bitcoin is it's called blockchain. So
Okay.
it is inhackable
Mhm.
unless you have quantum computing. You know what quantum computing is?
I think.
Okay, so
Listen, I
quantum
don't know
computing.
it.
I don't
I
even know what
don't
it
have
is. Either.
it.
I don't know what it is either.
Yeah.
But Sam,
It's probably just
Sam
compu-
Ellison, our smartest friend, explained it to me like this.
Mhm.
So quantum computing is something that isn't invented yet, but it's probably going to be invented within the next 10 years though.
Okay.
And it's not based on a ones and zeros system. You know how our computers are based on ones and zeros.
Yeah.
This is not.
Binary.
This is not a binary system.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go into it more, but it's not binary. It's deeper than that. It's stronger than that.
Deeper than that. Deeper than.
It's way deeper than that. It's deeper than rap.
It's deeper than money. Deeper than money. Deeper than your money. My money. Their money. Everybody
money.
Bitcoin. What? My bad.
So basically,
Shout out Logic. You know what I mean?
what was I saying?
It's deeper than money.
Seriously, help me up.
We're talking about it's a quantum computing.
Yeah,
Which
quantum
I want to
computing.
add
Quantum
real
computing.
quick.
Quantum
If
computing.
it doesn't exist, they were just like, we don't even have it yet. It's
No,
some
but-
sort of computing. They were like,
My point was,
quantum,
my
just
point
throw
was-
it in front of it.
you were saying buying stuff over the blockchain. So my point was
Okay, yeah.
the blockchain. Supposedly, when you buy stuff over the blockchain right now or use the blockchain, it's inhackable. Blah 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 blah. So he said that eventually you'll be able to buy things with Bitcoin without the government being involved. So I will be able to come up to you and be like, "Can I buy your house?" This was the example he used. Can I
Yeah.
buy your house for blah blah blah? Sure, that's a good offer. Handshake, exchange of Bitcoin. That's my house now.
What's the Bitcoin? Is it?
That's my house
Is it
now.
physical?
I
Or
mean,
is it like
at that point,
Neuralink
it'll
take
probably
over?
be an exchange. I mean, it'll probably be an on-phone. I mean, we use our phones all the time.
At that point, we just Neuralink.
I mean, if Neuralink's there,
we
if Neuralink's
just go like
there,
this.
that's the
We
only-
just go like this. Just fucking.
it's not that far. We're talking 10 years, weirdo. I mean, it's probably still on our fucking iPhone. It's not gonna
I
be-
know, but I can use my imagination and make it funny. Why not?
I mean, 10 years in the future, if we have Neuralink, that'd be.
Didn't Elon Musk say it's like 10 to 20
You
years?
think everybody's gonna have it at that point though in 10 years?
Nah, it's gonna be like.
No, man. It's gonna be the rich
But I'm
mod-
saying eventually,
it's not even the
the
rich mod,
bums.
It's gonna be the
You know,
rich.
when you see a bum with like a Bluetooth, and you like, how the fuck you homeless but you got the Bluetooth? Like that's a
You
commodity.
seen a bum with a Bluetooth?
You been to San Francisco? They got a phone. They be calling their other homeless friends like, yeah, they got cans here. Hold up.
I remember this story one time, right?
Go ahead.
And my grandpa, I remember he told me he was riding around like the east side of San Jose, right?
Mhm.
For a
Is
job.
the east side not good? It don't
For a
sound good.
job. East side's where my dad's side's from, so it's like hood. I mean, it's real hood over there. East side San Jose.
You originally from the hood? Is that
No,
where
no,
you're from?
no.
Oh, that's where they're from.
I'm from Campbell, which is honestly one of the most uppity.
It's like the West Park,
It's
Park West.
it's not west. It's like
It's in.
southwest.
Is that like suburbs?
It's southwest. It's
It's like
south.
suburbs?
It's southwest if you
Okay.
break it down. Because if you know where San Jose is, it's literally on the south point of the bay, right? You know where
Okay.
that is?
Yeah.
It's literally that's where it's a whole thing. So
Mhm.
it's like Campbell's in the southwest point, and then East San Jose
I
is
see.
in
I
the
see.
north.
So it would make sense that the west side, where
It's
near
literally-
near the like water and stuff,
It's like a hang loose sign, like those.
and they're
we're
over here.
They're over here. We're over
in
here.
inland.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. Close to inland, almost inland.
Okay.
Right under inland. Yeah, exactly. And so we would always it's literally like a 45-minute trip to go see my family over there. Like that's how it was. In the same city, man.
Really?
You don't even
That's
know
crazy.
that life, huh? Like we can go over here 10 minutes, huh? Back and forth.
We gotta take a road trip.
Yeah, for
We-
real.
we- hey, I wanna do a pod-
I want to show
I want to do a podcast
A
road
vlog.
trip. We're gonna do it.
a vlog.
A vlog.
A vlog.
But also a
in San
podcast
Jose.
road trip while I'm we whipping.
We
Joey's
should
talking,
do
I'm
a San Jose
listening.
trip, huh?
Yeah.
That'd be so fun.
But you hear me? It's a podcast where you take over and I'm just listening. I'm throwing a little feedback, but I'm driving, so you just going, talking to me.
Oh my god.
Tell me about San Jose.
Also
That'd be
minority
sick, right?
shit.
Yeah,
Shouts
that'd be
out.
dope. Yeah, shout out the minorities.
Let's
Um,
let's
We can
For
keep
sure
going
do that.
forever, bro. This is the
For
long.
sure do that.
Every single podcast gets a little bit longer.
It really does, dude. We're flowing on these.
Yeah, this one's good.
What was
I
I
like it.
talking
I
about?
might slow this video to 2.
You could.
Nah, I'm
You're just gonna chop this one up, huh?
No.
You're not gonna chop it up?
60 minutes, fuck it.
I love it. What was I talking about?
San Jose.
San Jose. What about it though?
Um,
Oh, I was talking about my grandpa's story.
the 45-minute
My
drive.
grandpa's story though.
Yeah, go
that was
ahead.
the point of it. Okay. So my grandpa, he had a company called Widestream Drywall. He owned this company called Widestream Drywall. It was just him, but like he was a private contractor and he would build anything basically. He would do drywall, but I mean if you needed a door built, you needed a room built, he was gonna do it.
Mhm.
Cause that's my grandpa. I mean, he's like, what do you need? Oh, you need that done too? I can do that
He
too.
just knew everything.
Throw it on. I'll do
You're
it.
a handyman.
Too.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
he's crazy.
Yeah.
He was basically a handyman. Yeah, essentially a handyman. But I feel like handyman is such like a degrading thing.
I don't think so. For me, a handyman is just someone who can do anything.
Yeah, I guess.
You throw him in a
I would
situation,
call him
they'll
a
learn
handyman.
it.
I would call him a handyman. Yeah, he's.
But if that seems
he
degrading,
can
then
just
you
do
don't
all.
say
I
it.
mean, I
He's
just
just
always,
a.
I just always thought it was just like, I mean, he's a handyman. It sounds like I don't know.
He's
I
just
don't know. I don't know how to describe that.
like my dad.
He just gets
my
shit
dad's
done.
like
He
a
can do
handyman.
anything, right?
My-
So he was doing a
yeah.
job in East Side San Jose because he just does shit and he'll just do it anywhere. So he got a call. He was over there, and apparently, or not apparently, I mean inevitably, there's a higher homeless population over there.
Mhm.
So he's driving through a strip mall. I think he was probably getting lunch or something. He's probably getting lunch, and he sees a homeless lady. And my grandpa's a nice guy. He's always gonna give you money if he sees you, and you seem like you're,
in need.
but you're not. Like he's also like a.
It depends on
He's
the
a
person.
funny guy. He'll judge a book by its cover,
Okay.
So he sees this lady. She seems very needy.
Mm-hmm.
So he pulls over. He talks to her. Blah 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 blah. Gives her a few dollars. She says, "Oh, thank you. You're so kind, sir."
Mm-hmm.
And she pulls out a wad of cash. Takes off the rubber band.
The rubber band.
Opens
No.
it. Takes his five.
No
puts it
fucking
on.
way.
Bands it back up. Puts it away.
That's cold.
Walks away. He said she probably had $2,000 in cash on her.
Disrespectful.
She took the rubber band off on him.
Why would that's so disrespectful? If I was a homeless person in that position, I had $2,000 on me. That's going to the other pocket. Then I'm going.
No, but
Thank you so much.
it makes me think.
Put it in
I
your
just want to
pocket.
get into this point. How many people you think make more than we make a year being homeless?
That's cold. Because
This country,
there's people who pretend to be homeless.
obviously, there's a homeless problem. Let me lead off with this. There's a big homeless problem, but it's the mentally ill who were done wrong by Reagan in the 80s. I can go into that all day.
Even veterans.
But yeah, veterans too. But anyway, there are people who pretend to be very much in need and make a lot of money off of it in this country.
Yeah. My brother knew
There are the
a
people
guy who did that.
and the people who bring out they have little baby and other little baby and we have a whole little family.
You know what's fucked up?
What the fuck is going through that mother or that father's mind?
But you know what's even worse than that?
What?
When they got a dog.
No.
And the dog's sitting there like this.
Stop that. I'm gonna stop that.
Nah.
I'ma
That
stop
shit breaks my
that.
heart. I give
I'm gonna
money
stop
to the...
that. You know why I'm gonna stop that?
Why?
Where are dogs the happiest? I'm gonna let you answer that because you have one and I don't. I'm gonna let you answer that because
However, every time you see these homeless people with a dog, what does the dog look like? He looks like the dogs in the video.
I've seen a couple that were sad. I've seen a couple that were
You
sad.
seen like that?
I've seen a lot that were happy.
No
I've
way.
seen a lot that were
No
happy.
way. They all mad.
I've seen
They
a
all
lot
like
that were
mangy,
happy.
and they just
They
like,
don't know any better. If they're alive and they're getting fed at least a decent amount, they're outside all the time. Why would they be complaining?
But I don't think they're getting fed.
Okay.
Some of them, I think some homeless people see that there's a big population of people who love their dogs and see a dog that's
If you're a
hungry.
dog. You ready for this? You're a dog. Would you rather be with a home
dog. Good.
Would you rather be Would you rather be with a homeless guy who feeds you every other day and you're outside every day, or with a rich family that never plays with you, you never go outside, but you get fed every day and you're in a giant mansion?
Have toys?
It shouldn't even be a question, Deezy.
But do I have
You trying to be
toys?
funny. You trying to be funny.
No, dogs
You're
love
trying
toys.
to be
My
funny.
dog loves
Dogs love toys, but you'd want to be outside, man. Dogs want to be outside. I don't feel bad
What
for these
mansion
homeless
doesn't have
dogs.
a backyard?
These homeless dogs are living.
What mansion doesn't have
These
a backyard?
homeless dogs is living.
No, you're lying to yourself. Have you had a dog? I know you want a dog.
I've never
but
had a
haven't.
dog, but they want to be outside, man.
But they love
You bugging.
being fed as well. Like, but my whole
If
point,
a homeless guy loves his
my whole
dog,
point was it's
he go.
strategic.
If a homeless guy loves his dog, he's gonna go in the garbage. He's gonna get the half-eaten Subway sandwich, and he's gonna get the meat out and give it to the dog, and he gonna eat the veggie sandwich.
You started talking like you.
I stay talking like you.
Hating ass bitch. You not gonna take that nigga's bitch.
I take the bitches, nigga.
Yeah, homies. Anyways, All I'm saying is the dog is strategic and you know it, and the kids are strategic and you know it. They know what they're doing because
The kids are strategic. I'll say that. I mean, maybe the dog is strategic, but maybe
Some of them.
The dog is more like, where else can the dog go?
Yeah.
With the kids, it's like, leave him at home or leave him
Oh,
somewhere
you're talking
else.
about kids are chilling with them?
Have you never seen this?
I don't think I've seen this.
You never been to Walmart in this town?
I mean, I just...
The old Walmart parking lot, there was a family that I'll never forget. My mom used to fucking...
In Lodi?
She had a name for them. It was funny because she used to say that they were the worst. Not them, though. It's not the kids at all, obviously. It's the mother. Like, what is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
What is going through your mind?
I mean, if we're talking about kids in Walmart, too, dear God.
What are you talking about kids all Walmart all day?
Those are the most annoying people. And I used to be one of them. That's what's crazy. Little Mexicans going crazy. The parents are like, hey. They don't do nothing.
You got kicked out of Walmart, didn't you?
I did get kicked out of Walmart. But that was on some dumb shit. That was on some... We walked in with fake mustaches and we'd already been there.
You walked in with fake mustaches and got kicked out?
It was my friend Patrick's birthday. And at the time, we weren't of age to drink. We were runners. We were cross country runners.
But you were drunk?
No. We weren't of age. We couldn't... What I'm saying is we couldn't go to a party. We were cross country runners, so we were all like, you know... We weren't smoking at the time. We weren't drinking or anything. We were trying to stay away from that stuff because it kind of takes a toll on your body for racing. But, so our thing at the time was Walmart. We go to Walmart, fuck around, get some...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to Walmart fucking around.
Get a soccer ball, kick it across the aisle.
On God.
Yeah. One time you know where like a rainbow is in soccer? Where you like flip that bitch over?
Yes, behind... You used to do it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I flex it all the time. So for some reason in this Walmart, the old Walmart, they put the sports balls section in the aisle that's directly next to the gun section. Okay. Like this is the aisle and it's balls or guns, and this is where like show off guns are like, here sir, here's your rifle to kill deer with or whatever. I was gonna get dark.
Okay.
I'm with Patrick and I rainbow the ball, right?
Okay.
It goes over the aisle and hits the gun that the guy's holding and knocks it out of his hand.
Stop it.
I bolted so fast. I probably hit a PR in my run. Patrick stays and is like, and he gets kicked out. And then because he had a fake mustache on, all of us had fake mustaches on, and we're all spread out throughout the store. They find us and they kick us all out. They're like, nah, you gotta go. But that's horrible design. Everyone knows you go to Walmart and if you see a ball, you're gonna throw a football. You're gonna you're gonna shoot the basketball on the plastic piece that's on top of it.
Okay, here's my thing.
Go ahead.
In between those balls you played with.
You better rephrase that. You got me fucked up. Go ahead.
In between the balls. In between the balls you were playing with in the middle of Walmart. You're playing with some balls in the middle of Walmart. And in between those balls.
Stop saying it. Just get to the point. Go ahead.
There was probably some sporting stuff, right? Before the guns.
You think I went over 2 aisles?
So here's the thing. Because I guarantee I went over 2 aisles because usually sports stuff is together. And guns would be considered such. So that's why the guns are next to the balls.
I see. But it was flawed design because they know that people be
Deportes!
I'm illegally, you bitch. Deportes.
I'm just making sure you know what I'm saying.
I don't speak Spanish. I should. I'm gonna get my Rosetta Stone on. You're gonna be fucked up. You don't think I'm gonna do it?
Do it. I heard it's hard.
I'm not
I
gonna
heard
do it.
Rosetta's stupid hard.
I'm not gonna do it. I cheated in Spanish.
Have you seen the app that people use? What is it called? Ling something? And it's like you do a few things every day.
Oh my!
Duolingo. It's called
Duolingo.
Duolingo. It's called Duolingo, and it apparently it really
Should I
helps
learn
you.
Spanish or should I learn like some foreign, like some random language?
No, you shouldn't learn Spanish because you're Mexican already and you should have already known it by now. Learn something else that could help you.
Okay, my parents didn't teach me Spanish.
Yeah, it's probably like a thing because
Oh.
they're first generation, no?
Yeah, well, my dad more so.
Okay.
My mom spoke Spanglish growing up, both.
Okay.
My dad was Spanish the whole time, so he learned
But where were they born? Where were your parents born?
geography. My dad was born somewhere in Mexico.
Okay.
And my
That's
mom.
so sad that you don't even know.
I forgot.
We
We had this conversation.
Let alone the city. You don't even know the state.
I've asked and I forgot.
My family's from Jalisco, and I'm not even really from Mexico.
Yeah, so make some shit up from Mexico and just say it. Yeah, my family's from
You ever
Javita.
you
That's where my
ever
family's
took the
from.
23andMe? No, you probably took the 24 in me.
You probably took.
That's a bad
Fucking
joke.
three
Cut that
guys
out.
in-
Cut that out. Cut that.
I ain't cutting shit.
Oh, God.
I ain't cutting shit. Anyways, yeah, my family's from Juanito.
That's not even.
Look it up.
Was it a book?
Juanito.
Okay. Something wrong. Okay.
But yeah.
But they're both born in.
No, my mom
Was born here.
was born in Texas, so
Oh,
like near the border,
shit.
near the
Okay.
border. But she
Yeah.
spoke Spanish and English.
So she was a first generation. Her parents got.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Ah, okay, I got
But
you.
my
I
dad
got you.
was the first.
So
my dad
your dad was
was
a first
born in
generation.
Mexico, moved here when he was like really young, like 5, learned English here.
So you're an interesting situation. So you're technically a first generation in some way, and technically.
But in cultural aspects, not at all.
No, we can get
Not
into that
even a
all day.
little
We can
bit.
get into that all day, but
it's sad. It's
so
so
funny.
sad to me.
But I
hear it in my voice sometimes. Like sometimes I'm like,
like a little
what I
accent,
mean.
a little accent.
yeah, nothing like crazy.
No,
but-
yeah,
But like I'll listen to these podcasts and I'll be like, damn, I got a little something. I definitely have it in me.
yeah, because
It's
your
confirmed.
parents obviously have a little accent, so inevitably like
You
that's.
think?
I mean, a little bit, yeah, of
My
course,
dad
of
does.
course, of
I don't think-
course.
Yeah, they do. I probably just
A
don't
little
notice
bit. It's a little bit, man.
Yeah.
It's like it's just you can't shake that.
it. Mhm.
You can't shake that, and it's probably why you think you have it sometimes. It's probably why you're insecure.
It just
about
sneaks
even
in.
though you shouldn't.
I'm
be.
not insecure. It's just
No, but
I didn't
you're
know
you're
the
insecure
thing.
about it in the sense that you bring it
I
up.
bring it
Like
up.
I don't bring it up. Like I don't even.
It's more
I've
just
never even heard
fascinating.
it. I've never even heard
It's
it.
more just fascinating to me because I always thought like I'm like really whitewashed, which I,
I mean,
am.
you are.
Yeah,
You're the most whitewashed person I know. You're more white than me in a lot of ways, bro. It's crazy.
Anyways, it's just fascinating because I've considered myself to be culturally white this whole time, and then I'm like, damn, I have little moments where I like my accent kind of flares up, but it's not an accent, but it's like I can hear it in me. It's like kind of cool. It's cool to me. It's not really.
It's like it's not really an accent. It's like the word for it is like it's like a tinge or something. It's like the way you flare some words.
Yeah, there's a word
It's not
for
really
it.
an
I just
accent.
forget.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for too.
Yeah.
But it's it's inevitable with
Yeah,
your situation.
but it's cool to me because it's like
So
one of the few
cool.
things. It's one of the few things.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
I'm like,
honestly,
oh, this really is there.
It's
yeah.
always such a cool situation to have your parents be not really from this country in a way. Like your mom obviously grew up from parents that weren't from here at all, and your dad came not from here. So that's honestly super cool in a way. Like that's what America's all about, man.
Yeah.
Like for me,
It's
my
awesome.
I mean my mom was my family's been here forever. They're fucking Jews from the East Coast. And then and then my dad
I just found that out. I didn't know.
Oh,
you were
yeah.
Jewish. Now that
Oh,
you say it,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, you got the curly hair.
I mean, you
like,
can tell
that makes
if you can't look at my grandma and tell it's a small Jewish woman.
sense.
Like she's got a hunchback. She's got a hunchback. She's like, come on, bro. What are we talking about? That's a small Jewish woman.
Remember the first party we went to, leading up to it,
Oh yeah, man.
and your
Go into it.
So we had never gone to a party. Joey and I were goody goodies for freshman through junior year. We didn't do anything, and it was kind of like, what did you tell me? You were like, I'm not gonna do anything unless you do.
I was really scared. If you,
Is that really what it was?
It's
Yeah,
funny because
yeah.
our vibe now is so like a little opposite. But I felt like I was a little more scared than you, and you were really trying to get fucked up that night. If you don't remember, you were really trying
So I was
you were really
talking,
trying to
because I was going
you
with
were
the
talking
girl.
a lot of shit.
Yeah, it was
And
the
I remember being
girl.
in my room and we were like, I was getting hyped up though. Remember, I was like running around. Remember,
Uh-huh.
like the way my room was set up, I would just like walk around the bed because I was just
Yeah,
getting hyped up.
it was like a U.
It really wasn't
Going back and
you.
forth, yeah.
I was like, yeah, because the room was so
And we're like,
small compared to this. I was just like getting
Let's
hyped
go.
up.
And I was
Oh,
like,
I was getting hyped up.
nervous, but I was like, hey, let's get.
And then eventually
we're like,
we
listen
go
to
out, right?
music.
We're eating snacks, right? Because it's New Year's, right? And
We're at the table.
My grandma set up a lot of snacks because what she does every
Yeah.
year. So we're just eating snacks. We were watching something, and she was like, "What are your plans tonight?" My grandma comes up to her. She's like, "What are you guys planning tonight?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, we're just chilling." She was like, "You guys aren't going anywhere. Like, where are you guys going?"
Friend's house.
And we're like, "Oh, a friend's house." And at the same time,
She says who's friend? Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
She goes, "A friend's house." We go, "A friend's house," and she goes, "Who?" And at the same time, I say, "Sam."
True.
And Dave says, "Eric."
Yeah, I say Eric. At the same exact time.
At the same exact time.
I don't
And
know why
and
I
Sam's
spoke.
like, "Sam,
I don't
Eric."
know.
And she goes, "Oh,
Oh.
this is interesting."
She goes, oh, that's just great. Something like that. Like she was
It was something along those lines.
Yeah, she's like, oh, that's great. And we were like,
And here's David. He goes, he's playing the night. And I'm spending the night at Eric's. That's what it is. It's just,
It's because
my family, I told them that, and they won't let me, and yeah.
no. I said
Yeah.
you were staying the night. I said we were hanging out with friends, and then at the end of the night, you were staying the night at Sam's, but I was going home
You
and
were
staying the night
going
with
to-
Eric.
Yeah, he made it a whole. He got
Yeah,
into it. He
I
went
was-
into it,
I was
and
terrified.
she walks away because she obviously doesn't give a fuck too much, and so she walks away. So
did not care.
She didn't give a shit. She didn't give a shit. So she walks away, and I just look at David and I go, "Why the fuck did you even talk?" I was like, "Why did you even say a
And
word?"
I'm like this.
I was like, "It's my grandma. You said those are the first words you maybe ever said to her in your life."
Yeah.
And they were like literally they put us in shit. Like why? Why would you talk? It was hilarious.
Oh my God,
It
yeah,
was
so
fucking
funny.
hilarious.
I was so embarrassed.
What a fun night that was,
Yeah,
though, huh?
that night ended up being.
I'll never forget
hilarious,
that.
yeah.
We got fucked up for the first time in our lives.
Yeah, I had to clean up. I was fucked up. I was drunk and I was cleaning shit. But yeah, that could be enough. We could talk about that whole night, in the next podcast or a future podcast. But I think we're gonna wrap this one up. It's been a very long episode, which I love. This episode has been amazing. Joey, you want to wrap it up? Go ahead, Joey.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Thank you everybody for watching. This was the Deezy and Joe show.
I'm Deezy.
And I'm Joe.
And this
This
was
is
the
the show.
show. Thank you guys. Have a good night.